Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off this lesson by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Achakadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Lord willing, this will be a edifying lesson. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Lord willing, this will be edifying. So let's jump straight into it. Acts 24 and 14. But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the Most High of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets. Some people in this modern day believe that the Old Testament is null and void, but no. Okay, the Old Testament is still relevant because it pertains to the laws of the Most High. Okay, the laws of the Most High and prophecies that have not yet been accomplished. Okay, and that being said, we know that the book of the law is the laws of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai are perfect and they're everlasting. Okay, and then again they will be implemented in the kingdom of heaven. So so in no shape or form is the Old Testament null and void. Okay, because the Old Testament and the New Testament is all one. Okay, they just separated to represent the arrival of Yahweh Shai on the earth. That's just the thing that makes it different. Yahweh Shai wasn't as Yahweh Shai was there in the reincarnation, but when he came as Yahweh Shai, that was the beginning of the end of this wicked kingdom, right? That's just to represent that. Okay. Yahweh Shai came to show us the right way, the correct way to lead us back to the Father. Okay, so that's the importance of Yahweh Shai. Not only in that, to bring us back to the Father. Yeah, I can't even start. I'll be here all night and try to mention what the importance of Yahweh Shai and everything that he represents for the Israelites, for those that really understand his purpose. Okay. So again, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets. Okay, so that goes into so all the laws. Okay, and there's laws even in the New Testament. Okay, it's not just the 10 commandments. Okay, the whole book is the book of the law. Okay, that we are to keep. Okay, but again, beyond the law is that you have to move in the spirit. Okay, because again, the law doesn't show you the mindset of the Most High. Okay, the mindset of the Most High. That's what Yahweh Shai showed us. That's what he came to expound onto us, the proper way to really serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. Because again, the laws will not go into everything, into all aspects of life. Some things are not written, some scenarios are not written, and then you have to have the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai to be able to discern. Because even when Solomon had to use wisdom, the first time that he had to use wisdom pertaining to those two women and the child. Okay, and the child, that one said that both said that it was theirs. Yes, Solomon said, okay, let's cut up the child so that they can both have a part. Okay, and by saying that, one of the women refused for the child to die, and chose to. It's better off to allow that the other woman to have the child than to have the child die. And the other woman said, "Yeah, kill the child, kill the child." And that's how Solomon, who is Yahweh Shai in their reincarnation, understood that the mother that was willing to lose her child in order to save his life is the real mother. You see, but that aspect was not written in the law. He used the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai to be able to execute righteous judgment. Okay, so Salaki for me rambling. Let's keep going. So believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets, and have the hope towards the Most High, which they themselves also allow, that there shall be a resurrection of the dead, both of the just and the unjust. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscious void of offense towards the Most High and towards man. Okay, so that goes into you pushing forth the correct doctrine. Okay, rightly dividing the words of prophecy, so that you cannot be blamed. You cannot be the cause for people to fall astray. Okay, you're guiding people directly to Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, and then if they end up away, falling on the, if they refuse to keep walking that path of righteousness, it cannot be on you because you showed them what to do. So that's how your conscience will be cleared. Okay, so when you're in the highways and byways, for the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that have been enlightened, that have the spirit to go out in the highways to push forth the words of the Lord. Okay, you're to that's another fruit. That's another labor of love, to go and study. It's much more than just being out there in the highways and byways. It's studying, making research, the awareness of the mind. Okay, but you go through all that labor so that when you go out there in the highways and byways, you give the people the correct information. Okay, so that you can give them the correct guidelines, so how to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and obey his will. Okay, and by doing so, you're saving yourself and you're saving those that hear you, because hearing you means that they're listening to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, you see. But again, let's end it here, man. Straight to the point. Okay, so again, believing all things that are written in the law and in the prophets. That's the most important. Okay, because again, you have to believe in the laws and the prophets. That's the basis. Okay, and after that, you graduate. We know that the law is the schoolmaster, but then once you understand the basics, now you can move up to the higher levels of spiritual understanding, which is to follow after Yahushai. And what did Yahushai say to the rich man? If you want to be perfect, okay, because the law doesn't bring you to perfection, okay, it brings you to a certain level of righteousness. You are now, through the laws and understanding, through the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, you understand good and evil. Okay, but to go on to reach beyond and reach unto perfection, you have to understand the mindset of the Most High. Because again, not even the Most High, the mindset of Yahushai. Because who had known the mind of the Lord? Okay, you have to understand the mindset of Yahushai, because Yahushai is the word. Okay, but it says we have the mind of Hamashiach. So that's what it means to follow after him, emulate his actions, walk as Yahushai on the earth, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Okay, so again, you're walking with, you're seeking to have that mind, the same mindset as Yahushai, as it says, arm yourself with the same mind. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so throughout our walk, throughout our difficulties, throughout our adversities, throughout the good that we face, okay, we are to fear the Lord, praise Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, serve him with all our heart, serve him with all our heart, soul, and mind. Okay, and do the things that are acceptable unto him. Okay, and that's when you have to have discernment, because even being over righteous would be wicked, because that would lead to your destruction. And again, the Lord is the power of life, of the living. Okay, there's such a thing as being over wise. You're doing too much. Okay, there's no need for that. No, you shouldn't destroy yourself. The Lord doesn't want to destroy you. He wants to give you the kingdom. Okay, you see. So that being said, the Lord willing, this was edifying, straight to the point. Until next lesson, shalom, shalom, shalom.